Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been just about any place else on the planet, but you chose to stay and hang out with us here at Royal Sussex. Greatly appreciate that. Okay. Let me see who was here first. Just out of curiosity. Uh, ooh. John McCall, John, Jamaica, John McCall. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for being first tonight. Jamaica, is that right? Is the Q silent? Anyway, thank you so much for being first tonight, and thanks for watching Royal Sussex worldwide birthday celebration. It's been a while. Kathy G, Emma D, let me see. Janice Goodrich, Elibi, Puzzle Dot. That's another name I haven't seen for a while. Words do matter. Damn right they do. Nubian Queen, Carol Lunn, Can of Soda, Beverly Jackson, Big Mama LS, LDSW. I was about to say LSD. Uh oh. Am I? Uh oh. Watch it now. Mercedes Todd, Elaine Parker, Catherine Ernst. Thank you so much for being here. And a host of friends and others. How about that? All right. Let me take that away and get this up here. Huh. There we go. So, gosh, I got to go back and change this thumbnail. I did not realize it looks so much like the thumbnail from earlier today. So I got to change it. Well, is it that much alike? Let me see. Let me see. How bad could it possibly be? Oh, yeah, that's bad. All you got to do is take Harry away and put the product there, and it's virtually the same. Oh, not good. Not good. But I ain't going to fix it. I'm not fixing nothing. Marcia Ware, thank you for being here. I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you, you, you. You got to go low on Friday. All right. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. So I'll just put that there just to say I did that one, that, that. Yeah. Okay. Harry's great legal news. There is a palace panic, I bet. Also, Meghan's newest investment. Once again, Meghan has found a product that she loves. And also, it just happens to be a friend who has created this product. They've even talked about it on Oprah's Oprah Daily. And anyway, we'll get into that. Oh, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here tonight or this night for you. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. You're like 6 hours ahead of me. So you guys, King tried to block Prince Harry from suing Sun publisher Courtier's Prince Harry to argue at January trial that his father acted to discourage him from pursuing legal action against news group newspaper, also known as the Murdoch Publishing Empire. Um, and if you take a look there on the right, you'll notice that Harry can see the emails between Sun Publisher and Royal Household. Judge rules Harry is suing the news group newspaper over allegations he was targeted by journalists and private investigators working for the publisher. So he may actually come across some emails that demonstrate that there was collusion between some members of the House of Windsor and the tabloid media. Now, we've already suspected that there was a great deal of collusion, leaking, and briefing. And every time I see one of those journalists um, argue that Harry has gone too far, Harry has ratted out his family and all that kind of stuff. The one thing that they never address is the leaking and briefing. They just will not acknowledge that. It is so rare that one of the palace, or should I say, someone in the Royal Rota or adjacent to the Royal Rota will actually come out and say that that is exactly what happened. You can write whatever you want about Harry and Meghan, but you cannot be very critical of Charles, Camilla, and especially Kate and William. Like, for instance, the Daily Mail has those little tabs at the top of the page, and you'll notice that it has royal news, King Charles, Prince William, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. There is not a tab for Camilla, the Queen Consort. There's not one for Kate Middleton, unless you go directly, you know what I'm saying, to the royal part of it. It does not exist. So unless they're on the front page, you really have to dig for them. And that's the way they want it. That is really the way they want it. They are protecting those two, first and foremost. And of course, William will never be exposed to any real scrutiny from those people. And Charles, they're they will allow more for Charles, but Charles is king and he's going to remain king. And that's inevitable. And William will be king. But they just don't want William's accession to the throne to be tarnished by, any of the other stuff. So, okay. Let's continue then. So right there, you can see that I think a little panic is setting in. Prince Harry drags late Queen's most senior courtier into phone hacking battle with move that threatens to widen his rift with William. Well, why would that be so? A judge backed the Duke's bid to see emails to and from Christopher Gates, or Get, I think it's Get, private secretary to Her Majesty until 2017, and his successor, wait for it, Edward Young. Now, I think Edward Young was the wasp, the fly, the bee, and the wasp. I think maybe he was the bee, alleged bee. But anyway, Edward Young, that scary individual. Now, remember, Harry was really upset about the fact that it is assumed, and I'm going to allege that the way that they found out about Harry and Meghan's plan to leave was via one of the courtiers, possibly Christian Jones, who said, and of course, Dan Wooten said that he did not know Christian Jones, that there was no relationship with Christian Jones. However, there was a party for, I believe, Dan Wooten's 40th birthday. And who was standing right next to him? Well, there was one person between them, but Christian Jones, who was a communication secretary or aide or whatever for the Cambridges. And I will tell you, Christian Jones seems to be in the thick of it. And so when Harry refused to drop his complaint, they said, "Oh, you better if you know what's good for you." Harry talked about it in his book. Now, I do not believe that he mentioned Christian Jones by name. I believe it was the, oh gosh, what paper was it? The oh, I got it right here. You know which one it is. Byline Investigates. I believe it was Byline that said that. So that's how we found out about it. That's how we found out about it. I don't believe Harry said in his book. It's been a while, but I don't think so. So this is big, you guys. This is very big. And I guess they're trying to discourage Harry by saying, something like, "Oh, a judge backed Duke's bid to see emails to and from Lord Christopher, whatever his name is, and private secretary to Her Majesty and his successor, Edward Young." Now, why did Edward Young come in 2017? Because at that point, Charles was clearly starting to assert himself and make decisions. The Queen did not have a lot of authority over her own diary, let alone access with her grandson, Prince Harry. Like when Harry and Meghan and the children saw the Queen that time, the first thing they did was get her the heck out of Windsor Castle and take her to Sandringham, just in case Harry wants to double back and chat with her again. And we only found out about the Queen wanting security for Harry. She specified security for Harry. And it was a letter that was written by her secretary for that purpose. And it's just like they ignored her request, her order, her mandate, if you will. They denied it. The Queen said, do this. And they just didn't, because Charles had handpicked the people surrounding the Queen at that point. He pushed out the old guard and put in people of his own choosing, people that eventually began to surround him after the Queen died. So, nasty bit of business. But this is good news. So, hopefully, there will be some emails that directly point the finger at Jason Knopf, at Christian Jones for their alleged involvement. And I hope it draws a line directly to Dan Wooten for his possible alleged involvement. So this is going to get more messy as time goes by. I'm pretty sure that. I hope so, because if it gets really messy, then we'll know we're getting to the truth. Notice that Edward Young is not even pictured right here. They don't even have Edward Young pictured. And I tell you, in my book, he is the most sinister of them all. He is the most sinister of them all. That guy gives me the creeps. So let's wait and see what happens. It's in January, huh? Well, I'm here for it, and I am prepared to defend my faves in any way I can, any way possible. Okay. Oh, there it is. I just want to see if they're up. There he is. There he is. God, this guy looks sinister. Yeah, I wanted to see if he was actually featured. The late Queen's most senior courtier were today dragged into Prince Harry's legal battle against the Sun. A judge backed the Duke's bid to see emails to and from Lord Christopher Gate and Private Secretary and his successor, Sir Edward Young. According to Harry's lawyer, the courtiers held high-level discussions with newspaper executives in 2017 about receiving compensation and apologies to the entire royal household, including the Queen, for unlawful information gathering. The move threatened to further widen Harry's rift with the king and his brother. Yeah, well, you know what? I hope that business, I hope he gets access to that business with Christian Jones. I hope so. All right, let's keep it moving then. Connie Palmer. All right, thank you for being here, Connie Palmer. I'm going to play a little soundbite for you. Okay. I am going to play a little soundbite. That, of course, is Tom Bradby. I have no idea who that lady is.
A leak or who leaked what to who?
Okay, here goes.
A leak or who leaked what to whom, whether the Sun were right to publish, where they got their information from. It's more a question of the relationship between a father and his son breaking down, and the fact that we have now heard that Harry was told that unless he withdrew these allegations that he made, and he named an official, unless he withdrew that allegation, his allowance would be stopped. And when he said he wasn't going to withdraw the allegation, he wanted to pursue the case against the Sun newspaper, his allowance was stopped. So I think we've seen essentially where this very, very serious rift in the royal family got to the point of a leak or who leaked what to whom, whether the Sun were right to publish, where they got their information from. It's more a question of the relationship between a father and his son breaking down, and the fact that we have now heard that Harry was told that unless he withdrew these allegations that he made, and he named an official, unless he withdrew that allegation, his allowance would be stopped. And when he said he wasn't going to withdraw the allegation, he wanted to pursue the case against the Sun newspaper, his allowance was stopped. So I think we've seen essentially where this very, very serious rift in the royal family got to the point of...
So there you go. There you go. I hope that everything will be brought to the light. Everything. Now, just to show you the connection between Charles, Camilla, Rupert Murdoch, the son, which includes the publisher Victoria Newton, and even that sour old man. He just looks so sour to me. That nasty, sour old man, Arthur Edwards. Oh, God, he's just disgusting. Just so sour. Ugh. I look at him and it just seems like he smells. Like if he opens his jacket to get his billfold, if he reaches in for his billfold, it just seems like a bat and cobwebs and stuff are gonna fly out of there. Ugh. Anyway, he still has the flyer for Lindbergh's flight. That's He's just disgusting. Anyway, notice the birthday cake for His Royal Highness Prince of Wales. Um, it says "Happy Birthday, HRH Prince of Wales," but look in the top corner of the cake. It's from the Sun. It is from the Sun newspaper. And there on the right side, that dusty, nasty, sour old man is holding a wreath for the Remembrance Day. I think that was a couple years ago. It says, "Our readers will always remember them, the Sun." I just don't know why I picture the three of them as thick as thieves: Edwards, Charles, and Camilla. He does spend a lot of time with them. He spends an awful lot of time with them, and then walks away from them, talking trash about Diana, talking trash about Harry and Meghan. Oh, he's disgusting to me. He just makes me sick. Do you hear me? Sick. He makes me sick. Anyway, um, so it says here, Harry is one of two people suing claims against the Sun publisher Courtier. The Duke of Sussex is one of two claimants whose claims are still live against publisher of Sun over allegations of unlawful information gathering. His barrister has told the High Court a hearing on Friday heard that Harry and former Labor deputy leader Tom Watson are now the only people continuing their claims against news group newspapers, the Murdoch people, in other words, after several others settled their cases. Now, remember the laws in the UK. If you don't settle, you could end up on the hook for a lot of money. And even though that's not ideal, you have to be willing to lose a lot in order to win, not just the monetary value of your case, but on principle. But still, you should never begrudge anyone who settles, because it's not like the US courts where you could literally cause a corporation to go broke. That Fox News had to pay $787 million to one of those voting machine companies because they were misrepresented. They blatantly lied about them. But the lawsuit was actually for, I think it was $1.5 billion. They don't have lawsuits like that over in the UK. But here, the jury, when they want to punish an individual or a company, they will come up with some astronomical figures. And usually the judge will, take it down a mite, but still, it is a lot of money, a lot. So it's unfortunate that people in the UK are compelled to um, settle, because it's not really a lesson learned at that point. But one of these days, things will be made right. So the two remaining cases are expected to go to trial in January 2025, with Harry alleging he was targeted by journalists and private investigators working for the news group, which also publishes a now defunct News of the World. The publisher has previously denied unlawful activities took place at the Sun. Speaking on Friday, David Sherborne, for the claimants, said the Duke of Sussex is one of two claimants whose claims are still live in this matter. He continued the reduction of the live claims to just two is a pretty recent development. So, um, I say go get him, Tiger. Go get him. The two sides have returned to court in London, asking the judge to rule on preliminary issues before the trial next year. With Lord Watson in attendance at the hearing, many others have settled their claims in recent years, including actor Hugh Grant, actress Sienna Miller, that is, ex-footballer Paul Gascoigne, comic Catherine Tate, and Spice Girl Melanie Chisholm. At the hearing in April, the High Court in London heard that Mr. Grant had settled his case against the news group because of the risk of a £10 million legal bill. You see what I mean? That's why you have to settle, because risking having to pay $10 million because somebody has done something so despicable and disgusting to you. You are the victim, and somehow you risk having to pay out up to £10 million in legal bills if his case went to trial. Mr. Sherborne said at the early hearing that the Duke of Sussex is subject to the same issues that Sienna Miller and Hugh Grant have been subject to, which is that the offers are made that make it impossible for them to go ahead. Grant said he was offered an enormous sum of money to keep this matter out of court, and he did not want to accept. So this is why Harry is very courageous, because he's also at risk of losing a lot of money. But in his words, he is uniquely positioned to see it through, whereas others cannot afford to take that hit. Obviously, Harry can afford to take that hit. So while they're talking about how broke Harry and Meghan are, and Harry is uniquely positioned to see this through. Okay, did you get all that? Hugh Grant doesn't want to risk it. Harry is like, bring it on. Bring it on. And just so you know, most people would have accepted the offers. He's not interested. So just imagine that. Harry and Meghan are supposed to be so greedy and money hungry. Harry could settle and get a huge sum of money, not necessarily £10 million. It may be way more than that. And he says, no, I'm going to see this through. I'm going to boldly go where no man has gone before. I want my day in court. For every person like Harry that says, I'm not going back, I'm not giving up, I don't know what the percentage of the people that settle, but the Murdoch group, that news group, they have shelled out more money than you could shake a stick at. I mean, just huge amounts. It may even be north of $2 billion. I cannot be sure. But they have paid out so much money over the years because most people cannot afford to do what Harry is doing. So he is shouldering the burden for hundreds, maybe thousands of people who could not have been heard in court because they risk financial ruin unless they accepted the offer. And Hugh Grant, I believe him when he says, it's not the way I wanted to do it, but nothing else makes sense right now. And I don't know if his case was the one in which he said that his home had been broken into. There was no obvious signs of theft, yet they seem to have tried to find some incriminating information that they could run in the papers. They literally broke the door off the hinges. which is why I'm so proud of Harry right now, because most people, it's not that they cannot do it, but in so many cases, it just doesn't make sense. But he has to see it through. He will see it through. And I couldn't be more proud of him. So you may have seen this floating around. I believe Pedal shared it maybe last year, but it goes like this. If standing up for yourself burns a bridge, I have matches. We ride at dawn. Okay? We're just going to have to burn these bridges down. But I am going to stand up for myself. I will be able to look my children in the face years from now. And when they ask, well, what did you do about it? He can tell them, I stayed and I saw it through. For your sake, for your mother's sake, and for my mother's sake, I stayed in the fight. He's risking a lot, you guys. He is risking a lot, but he's standing on principle. It's only one way to deal with a bully. It's something about seeing that red stuff coming out of your nose when you wouldn't leave well enough alone. And the person that you thought was so weak, all of a sudden you see some red fluid flowing out of your nose or maybe the corner of your mouth. And then one might think, maybe I have gone too far. Maybe I messed with the wrong person. You think? Do you think? Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's get this going. I'm going to take a sip of water. All right. Hello, Peach Rose. I think I said hi. Rhonda Anderson, Marshar, welcome. Terry H, you were here already, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hello again. Beverly McCaskill, Adrian Burrow. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. Marjorie Austin. Yep. Harry is slaying the dragon. Here, here. Here, here. I'm going to do like the Romans and stomp my feet or pat my hands or whatever. Oh, thank you, Connie Barmer. Let's keep praying for Harry. Okay, so about last night. This is the secret to maximizing hair growth, according to Julia Roberts and Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex colorist. Highbrow Hippie founded that is by Katie Lee, is a new line targeting hair loss and thinning. Meghan is an investor. Did you hear that? Meghan is an investor. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Maybe this is how they can afford to see things through. You all, I don't think anybody knows exactly how successful the Sussexes have been so far, but apparently they have been extremely successful, that is. And, you know, not just in terms of money, but they have goals and they're seeing it through. And I believe this is just one example of it. And it's one of those examples where everybody wins. Everybody wins because there seems to have been a huge, shall we say, rollout, publicity machine, whatever you want to call it. But people are talking about it. People are talking about it. And it seems like it must be a great product. The irony of Hollywood stars is that their hair is that it must always be perfect, shiny, smooth, voluminous, regardless of the inevitable toll making it perfect takes. Think non-stop style and hot tools and constant color recalibrating. No one knows this better than celebrity colorist Katie Lee, who tends to the famous strands of Julia Roberts, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Gwyneth Paltrow out of her Venice Beach salon. Highbrow hippie with more than 25 years of experience, Lee has a um, couturier, is that how you say it? Couturier of A-listers on her roster. And the reason they look to her is twofold. She supplies vibrant and dimensional color that and does so while keeping their hair long and lush in the process. I work with some of the most visible women in the world. Keeping their hair healthy has always been at the top of my mind, says Lee, who specializes in sun kissed balayage. Is that right? Balayage that radiates warmth and makes skin glow. Well, you guys, I actually, and by the way, that article is the one that I sourced for the video I made earlier. Make sure you check out that video. I made it earlier. It's only about 6.5 minutes long, but it was from InStyle magazine. And then here you can see the headline from the Oprah article. Julia Roberts, the secret behind how her hair is growing noticeably faster and thicker. She's been using this scalp serum and supplement for months, as has Meghan Markle. Now the formulas are available to everyone. Isn't that something? So that is her business partner. That is her business partner there. I'm so sorry her name escapes me, but it is in the video that I made earlier. Wait, did I mention her name before? I don't know, but let's keep moving. Now they had a party last night, and look who else was there. Royal wedding crew reunited. Really? Now I can barely see that for show, whatever that says, but let me see if I can make it bigger so I can I should have opened up another screen earlier. No, I can't see good. Oh, it says Serge Normand and Daniel Martin. George North did Meghan's reception hair. Okay. So apparently all those people were there. So Rebecca tweeted, it was lovely seeing Meghan with reunited with, okay, that was a typo, her royal wedding hair and makeup team, Daniel Martin, Serge Normand. Just to clarify, British hairstylist George Northwood, who did Meghan's reception hair, in case anyone thought Serge styled both. Okay, so 2 hairstylists, 1 makeup guy, and a flawlessly beautiful bride. It all came together that day. So yeah, you can see Daniel Martin right there with those glasses on, and to the left of him, you can see Meghan, and I think that is George Northwood, right? Oh yeah, those are 2 pictures at the bottom. So there's Meghan and the bearded guy there, and then on the right, there's Meghan and Daniel. So Daniel was obviously standing to the other side of Meghan, so they couldn't squeeze it all in the picture, so they used 2 of them. That was smart. But yeah, so there you go. Great night. It looked like I wish I could have been there. It was very spiritual. So there's Katie Lee and Julia Roberts. Now, as they said, Julia Roberts was very instrumental in developing this serum, because there was a lot of times where she was like one of the only people. They even used the term guinea pig. So if Julia Roberts trusts this this genius with her hair, then I suppose just about anyone could. It's a very touchy issue, hair loss in women. Very touchy issue. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like there has been an increase in hair loss for women over the past 20 years. I've seen so much of it, um, more than I've ever seen in my life. When I was younger, it just did not seem as though it was that common. But now, I don't know if it's the environment or what, but I think that is more of it. And I know there's a lot of different things that people are doing to their hair now that they didn't do back in those days. But even with that, it just seems um like something has changed in our world or in our environment or something. Judy Matasset, thank you for the super chat. Baron, thank you for the blessings of your show. It's are they having membership at Blue Sky? Yes. Probably miss you so on. Oh, I am on Blue Sky. I just signed up a couple days ago. So, yeah, if you guys go over to Blue Sky, look for Royal Sussex because I am there. I have the very familiar logo and of course Sussex Force One. So, yeah, people who have Twitter accounts, they say that Blue Sky is much nicer. Abuse that you find on X will not be tolerated over at Blue Sky. So a lot of people are very pleased with it. So I say try to hurry up and get over there before Elon Musk tries to buy. He probably, but listen, if he does, he probably will wait till the next presidential election. But yeah, I saw a lot of familiar names over there. And so I um what do you call it? I just set up the other day and anybody I could think of, I connected with them over there. So so far I'm pleased. I just unfortunately I have not had much of a chance to use it, but that will happen soon, I hope. So thank you, and thank you so much for being here tonight. Okay. I'm looking forward to the group chats over there. I love all of those spaces from Twitter, now called X. Okay, machines and stress cause a lot of women's hair loss. All right. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like stress could definitely be a factor because I think the world is so much more stressful than it was. Um, yeah. You know, hmm. Now, okay, a membership with the Sky with the what is it called? Blue Sky? Well, I don't know. I don't think there's any kind of paid membership or anything over there, is it? I don't think so. So, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking something else. I'm sorry if I don't understand. Oh. Oh, are you all talking about a membership for the product? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So let me keep moving. I love this photo right here. Julia Roberts is just such a sweetheart. I love that photo. And yes, Julia Roberts' hair. has been looking amazing. Now take a look here. Duchess Meghan, Katie Lee in Venice, California with hairstylist Serge Normant. Fun night, fun night. And take a look there. I found a ton of photos from last night to share with you all, so bear with me while I go through them, okay? Ah, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? I love it. Now, I believe this party may have taken place at the salon. It says, congratulations, Highbrow Hippie, on the incredible launch. So it is a launch party for the serum product. Very cool. Let me see. Next stop, Highbrow Hippie Products launch with the best in the business. And there it says, all hail creative goddess Katie, business owner and all-around star who raised money for this product launch. Now, as always, is a good time to support Black women and support them with your wallet. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Now, I don't know if this, oh, wait a minute. Did I finish that? Let me see here. Oh, well, let's take our chances, shall we? Those are famous last words, right? We'll just have to take our chances, won't we? Y'all see Meghan back there? Let me see if I can go. You see her behind the guy with the white robe on? That's our Meghan back there. Y'all see her? Let's do it again. Look behind him. Finger. Okay, Meghan is going all the way back to church, y'all. All right now. All right, children.
I'm dying from these cameras. But it's good. Thank you guys.
Meghan's actually bottom right. No, bottom left. You can see her shoulder. And there's a guy, probably Daniel. I believe that's probably Daniel holding his phone up.
To us, and I am not going to cry. I will. She is a true third wheel, if there ever was one.
Oh, I wish I could have been there.
She is a true third wheel, if there ever was one.
Oh, I cannot tell you how many times I have watched that over and over and over again. So do me a favor. If you have enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up. So in case I get busted for using it, but hit those thumbs up. No, I think it's okay. Um, there's so many cameras. How do you know which one was it? Right, right. Okay, let's keep it moving then. How beautiful was that? What a beautiful party! A launch for the new product. Wonderful. And here's some more angles. There's Meghan on your left side there, and let me see. And again, on the other photo there, Meghan is way back there by the window to the left. You can just barely see her next to the blonde lady. So, yeah, I had trouble seeing her last night when the videos first came out. And then the guy deleted his videos. But as you can see, there's a ton of phones. So there's all kind of people posting today. Ah, nice wide angle view of the festivities. Very cool. Very cool. So much love in the room. So much love in the room. I pray that this product is a huge success. I pray that it's a huge success. Oh, she's crying. She is crying. But you know what? With that kind of love and support, how do you not cry? Right? How could you not? I mean, you have a dream to share a quality product that can help so many people, and your friends like Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, actually invest in your dream, invest in your goals, right? And I'm sure we've all done that before where we invested in someone's goals and dreams and futures and stuff. And well, most time you don't ever get any return on that investment, but the real honor of the investment is just that. It's an honor to show someone that you believe in them, and for the person who is receiving that kind of support, um, yeah, you may not be a huge success like you hoped, but at least you know that you have friends that love you, and that is more wealth than you could ever know what to do with. So, what a beautiful night! What a beautiful night! And if you recall, the Duchess of Sussex with glamorous Instagram poet Cleo Wade on the left, and a celebrity colorist Katie Lee on the right. See there? That was when they went to the, I think it was at the tennis club. There was a fundraiser at the tennis club. I believe Hard Mom was there, Harry was there. I think that was the day. And speaking of hair, I selected a few photos when I realized what the product was and everything. I'm like, okay, that explains a lot. And so I selected a few photos where you can really see Meghan's hair looking um, otherworldly. I mean, just that slick bun that she has right there. It doesn't even seem real that anybody's hair could be that beautiful. You could see the amazing shifting of the colors. And when I say healthy, and she got it laying nice and flat. Now I forget the name of the hairstylist that was the one who has been doing hair in Hollywood, and I believe it's a guy. He can lay that hair down like nobody's business. That is his superpower, is laying that hair down. You see there, Meghan goes out Nobody walks up to her with an old toothbrush with some gel on it saying, "Girl, let me lay them ends down for you. Hold still, girl. I wanna lay them ends down for you." She don't need it because her ends are laying down. They are nice and flat. So put your brush and your gel back in your purse because my hair is flawless. Right? Right. Come here. Let me lay them ends down for you. Hold still. Hold still, girl. I want to lay them ends down for you. Uh, yes, dyed, fried, and laid to the side. And then I selected these photos. Aside from the what do you call it? That night that they went to the Vanity Fair thing, I thought about Canada. Do you all remember these photos? I thought about Canada. How beautiful her hair looked in Canada. Wow. Wow. Now, if that is anything to do with that product, everybody should have it. Everybody should have it. Wow. Just wow. I remember everybody was remarking about Meghan's hair. And what I love about Meghan's hair is that she doesn't like overdo it like some people do. You know how some people, it's like the only thing that they are is their hair. They have no personality. They got hair. They can't talk. They got hair. Their dress is ugly, but they got hair. Somebody's hair. So Meghan doesn't lead by her hair. She leads by talent first. She leads by love and concern and nurturing, but she does not lead by hair. So I'm just saying, I'm not dragging nobody right now, but I'm just saying. Okay. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, look at that color. Look at that color. Now, let's get on to this pathetic being. A royal pardon. Prince William becomes a TikTok sensation after Worcester student records him apologizing on her behalf for being late to lecture because she wanted to meet him. This is so boring. This is just like being a global statesman. If you have to tell us that is a viral moment, then it's probably not. Especially if it's coming from this person. If it has to do with him, whatever they're telling you it is, it probably is not. They're hoping that that's what it turns into. And I'm going to give you some other examples of where this pathetic middle-aged man has been trying to break the internet. Do you remember when he went to visit all those black pensioners in Wales? And he started talking about who grabbed my butt and somebody just pinched me or grabbed me. It was disgusting. Why are you asking that question in front of a bunch of old black women? The last thing you have to worry about is somebody trying to grab that non-existent behind of yours. Yeah, that's the last thing you need to worry about. And then the other occasion was when they were speaking to some radio or podcast people, and he was like joking about, oh well, the aubergine or the eggplant, whichever you call it. He had made some reference to that. I'm like, you do know we can hear you, right, Miss Thing? You know we can hear you. Miss Thing, you know we can hear you, right? Somebody saying the quiet parts out loud. Someone is reminding us that somewhere in Poland, there is a pulled pork sandwich waiting for them. That's all that was. Yep. I was like, my mind's eyes are sore. So come on out if that's what you're trying to do. Well, listen, all of that is real cute and funny. Oh, I was late because I wanted to meet William. I'm sure it was all hilarious and funny. But listen, whatever happened, it wasn't enough to make me stop thinking about Slumlord Willie. It wasn't enough to make me stop thinking about the slumlords. Yeah, that did not happen. I look and I still see slumlord. So yeah, good luck with that one. So much for trying to shift the conversation. And right here, I wonder if William is thinking to himself, are they messing with me? Are they messing with me? Is this like some type of omen or ominous warning about what's to come? Right? Like they put this completely shaved person in front of him as a reminder that one of these days you're going to look just like him, and sooner than you expect. Yeah, and sooner than you expect. Most Grammy nominations in history. Well, 74 for Stevie Wonder, 74 for George Soloti. Is that right? Solti? Oh, George Solti. Chick Corea, 75. Really? For him? 76? 76 for John Williams. Oh, that's the guy that always does those big orchestras for the movies. Quincy Jones, 80. And Paul McCartney, 82. Jay-Z, 88. And Queen Bey, Beyonce, 99. 99 nominations. That's more nominations than anyone in history, male or female. That is quite impressive. Congratulations to Queen Bey, Beyonce, Miss Carter. Congratulations. Okay. Lex says, I think those boos went viral. Nice try. The other brother. Yes, those boos went viral. I think everybody heard the boos. Everybody heard the boos. And they were loud and raucous, and everybody's talking about it. Yes, thank you for the reminder. And yes, I can take a hint.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, here we go.
Sorry, King Charles III, Prince of Wales William. Who the do you think you are? So 1 week ago, we've had William all over the TV talking about ending homelessness, or let's all work together to defeat homelessness. This week, we find out he's charging charities, the NHS, the Ministry of Defence, schools, councils, rent, and making millions of pounds. Fucking hell, it's not the 1400s. What the Because the way these duchies are set up, they don't pay corporation tax. They make millions of pounds worth of profit and pay zero tax on it. Excuse me, where the fuck is Robin Hood when you need him? Like, it's one thing if you were charging businesses, but charging other government departments, schools, councils, the NHS to park ambulances in a warehouse when they're not in use. Where are your morals gone? Your morals have receded like your fucking hairline, William. I mean, seriously, take the money, go to Turkey, get that sorted out. If you're going to, like, you know, live the life of a mafia gangster, at least have the looks to go with it. Do you know what I mean? And yet we spent years attacking Harry and Meghan for earning their money privately. Like... Fucking hypocrites. Honestly, enough's enough. That's it. Not my king. Fucking get rid of all of them.
Hear, hear. And thank you, Legs, for the super chat. There we go. I love that guy. You know, for me, it's the eyes. Fine. Anyway, let me keep it moving. I'm going to have to go back and fix that later. Oh, yeah, let's all get, let's all get together. Woo. Oh, yeah, like us all get together and know this is. I know. Okay, let's see here. Oh, am I almost done? I think so. Let me see what I got left. Wow, I am almost done. Yeah, okay. Meghan recent appearances that is are either charity events or events to support her friends slash Harry. This year, she's fully surrounded by people who love her. My heart is full, says Katrina. And I love the collage she put together. Look at that. Isn't that just perfect? Isn't that just perfect? You know what? I'm not even going to go back and say, ooh, I think something is missing. I don't even care. I think it is wonderful. I think it is wonderful. Yep, I think it is wonderful. That is perfect. I love it. I love some of the collages that some of these squaddies put together. Well, yes, that one is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let me see if I can name them. All right, that first one. Oh my goodness, you know I don't know which one that is. I think that's when she went to the East Coast. And then of course the other one, I'm going left to right. That definitely is that trip to the East Coast. And then that was the one where she who is that lady? All right, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead because already I'm just like going south with that whole top line. But I recognize Jamaica, the Children's Hospital, the bookstore, the charity tennis, the East Coast again, and of course, the Tillman Award. And that was it shopping or lunch with Zafin? No, that's Dafina. That's Dafina. That's when they went to Florida for the polo. And another one from Florida. That's when she went on that ski trip with Spencer, Abigail Spencer, and Heart Mom, Zafin. And then, of course, the power lunch, Zafin, Heart Mom again, and then last night. So, yeah. It's fun to see what we can name, right? Now, they were talking about Harry on Jimmy Fallon. And let's see. Yeah, that is Michael Bublé, in case you don't recognize him. And you may recall that Harry mentioned Michael Bublé when they went through that scary house or haunted room or whatever. So let me cue that up for you. One less bell to answer. One less egg to fry. Okay, here goes.
I went through it with Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And he noticed something pretty interesting. Watch this clip.
So Michael Bublé. Actually,
Did you hear about that? Did anyone get back to you?
you know what's funny? When you just showed that, I was like, what? Oh, he actually, weirdly, I think he was more excited about that. Yeah, because he called me. He texted me. And he was like, this is hilarious. You got to check this out. And I was like, what? And I didn't understand. And then I saw
No. Wait, so Prince Harry just calls you and texts
yeah,
you?
he texted me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw
but he's great. He's what you hope he would be. He's
Yeah.
not just a real, that's not the crazy part of the story.
What do you mean?
The crazy part of the story is that zombie dude.
Yes.
That's me. That was me.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. Wow. That I did not know.
I need the money so bad.
No, you didn't say hi. You
No,
didn't
I
even
was a
say you were-
character.
You were
I
a
didn't work-
method.
I worked for like weeks of that.
You were a method. Oh, wow. That's
Oh.
amazing what you do.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, they had a little discussion about the Duke of Sussex on Jimmy Fallon, on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So that was fun. That was funny. Harry looks at the zombie and says, "Is that Michael Bublé?" So listen, you guys, just a little life lesson for you. Instead of saying there's something that you just can't do, I just can't do it. I can't. You know what? Write it down and take a big pair of scissors and cut that apostrophe T off of there and just go with the first few letters. I can. Yes, I can. So that's a little life lesson for you. Also, apparently this lady found $20 in a parking lot and thought to herself, what would Jesus do? So I turned it into wine. That's what she did, right? That's what Jesus would do. She took that $20 and performed a miracle. It was absolutely biblical. She turned it into wine. So next time you find $20, turn it into a nice Cabernet Sauvignon, or in her case, I think it's a Chardonnay. Yeah, if you find $20, go get yourself a nice Riesling or Chardonnay. Yeah. I think Chardonnay is kind of dry. I prefer either a Riesling or gosh, what is that one I used to drink? Anyway, I really like the red wines. I'm more into the reds myself. And of course, Church Nellie sent this to me. Apparently, her sink was on the blink and looks like she got it fixed. So, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad, especially going into the weekend. So thank you, Church Nellie, for sharing this with us. And please can you forward the information for the plumber? Because I like to upgrade my sink. So if you don't mind, just share the link to that plumber so I can get my sink fixed. Because so weird. All of this stuff coming out of my sink tastes just like water. And for my nerves, I like my water a little darker. So and with that, I think we are done. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. Doesn't that look good? I see some white wine. I see what appears to be a Merlot. I love Merlot. It's so velvety, smooth, and tasty. And some wine and cheese, something sweet and savory, and what appears to be a baguette. Yeah. Now that's the great way to start the weekend, with some wine and cheese and a baguette. Yes. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. I definitely won't be coming back later. And don't forget, I did make a video earlier where I got more into detail about the hair product, but maybe I'll put the link. And thank you, moderators, as always, for keeping this a safe space. I saw some pain in the neck said, and thankfully, one of the moderators removed it. So thank you very much for that. Okay, there is the link. So if you want to see the video I made earlier today, that's a good way to do it. And it's only about 6.5 minutes long. Now, when I make those edited videos, just so you know, guys, they don't generate much money. They, sometimes I spend hours making a video that might make $20. So if you can watch those pre-recorded videos, because I like to do them because I love the whole editing and everything, and I like sharing the information. But it's a lot of work for little results. So when I make those, that is just, especially for some of those articles that are just easier if you have them read instead of maybe reading them yourself. And some of the articles I've done have been longer ones, but it's always cool to like match up photos and videos and stuff. I love to edit. So do check those out. You could go, instead of going to the live in the menu, you could go to videos and you'll find all of those pre-recorded videos. And of course, I'm going to do one soon for the court thing. Maybe I'll have that ready tomorrow. But thank you again. And thank you all for watching Royal Sussex. All right. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Wow, 1 hour and 22 minutes. That is phenomenal. Let me stop talking so I can get out of here. That is phenomenal. Usually I'm so long-winded. That is phenomenal.